Hello, everyone. Welcome to Exploring with Larry. I've got a pretty wild story for you. One of my coworkers, let's call him Bill for safety's sake. It's not his real name. I wouldn't put out his real name. It's just not right. Well, this guy, he was one of my security guards, He's a really good guy. I helped train him. He's a pretty good guy. He was doing security for a long time. Different companies before my company, and he's been with our company for about, let's say, 6 months or so. Well, this guy, he kind of had a rough life. He grew up in the hood and stuff and had to deal with a lot of things he had to overcome and, grow stronger and get away from some of his thuggy friends, that he had. After a while, he met a nice young lady and got married recently. But all of his good luck and all of his, happy story, pretty wife and all that good stuff, it didn't last long, guys. Let's get down to the meat and potatoes of the story here. This is a know your enemy story. So, one of his friends came from out of town, back from where he grew up. He said he hadn't seen him in years and years and years. His friend found him on Facebook and said, hey, let's go meet up. Have a few drinks, play some pool, chill, relax, catch up with the good old days, that kind of stuff. Said, of course, yeah, I'll hang out with my friends. So, my buddy Bill, he took off with this guy that he hadn't seen in years. He goes to a billiards place, plays some pool, relaxes, has a couple drinks. Okay, guys, well, a couple turned in a couple more, and he got a little drunk. So then it was about time to go home, So he says, hey, bud, can I have your keys? I don't feel too great. I'm going to go in your car. Just listen to some music, and you'll be out in like a half hour, right? He's like, yeah, okay. So my buddy Bill, he goes out to his friend's car. He rolls down the windows. He puts the keys in the ignition. He starts playing loud music outside of this billiards club. Then all of a sudden a cop rolls by. He notices the loud music, really loud music, and stops him and says, hey, bud, what you doing? And my friend, he's pretty drunk. And unfortunately, in California, if you have the keys in the ignition and you're the only one in the car, well, guess who's operating the vehicle? You. And you're drunk. So then, the officer starts going through the whole DUI process. And then he asked my friend the magical question like you hear on Cops or any other thing. Hey, do you've got any guns, knives, bombs, grenades, whatever in the car? Any weapons? My buddy Bill says, no, I don't got any weapons. I'm a licensed security guard, I have a license to carry at work, but I don't have any weapons with me now. Why would I? I knew I was going to go out and have a good time. I don't need any weapons. So then the cop, kind of says, okay, come out of the car and do you mind if we do a quick search? Of course, he complied. Well, unknowing to my friend Bill, there's a damn handgun in the glove box. Illegal handgun off the streets. It came up stolen. So now my friend, named Bill, or at least that's what I'm calling him in this story, he gets arrested. His so-called friend or I consider him his enemy, pops up out, sees the cop with him, sees the other cops showing up and surrounding the car, going through it, and he takes off and leaves my friend Bill holding the bag. So now he's in a car, getting a DUI, or suspected of DUI, and he's got an illegal firearm in the car. And it's all pointing towards him, because his friend took off. Well, my friend got a lawyer, and he got everything reduced down to just DUI. I guess the police detectives, they did their due diligence, and they ran fingerprints and did tests on the firearm, and nothing came back to my friend Bill. No fingerprints from him. He didn't even know that thing was in the car. He even told me on the phone when he called me, hey, I had nothing to do with that. I don't know where it came from. It was in the glove box. I had no clue. If I knew it was in there, I'd have never gotten in the car with this guy. Or if I knew he was this type of person now, I would have never, ever associated with this guy again. The only thing I could tell him at the time when he called me is, get a good lawyer. Felt real sad for my friend Bill, but unfortunately he lost his job over this. So what's the point of my story here? My point of my story is know your enemy. Know your enemy. Unfortunately, this time, an enemy wasn't some dark, scary guy, wearing a hoodie creeping around at night, dressed in black. It wasn't some scary monster, that hides around the corners to, snatch purses or to cause mayhem. Well, he might have been, knowing what was in the glove box now. But he wasn't that guy. He was someone he considered a friend. But guys, all I got to say is be careful who you get in a car with. Know your friends. Check up on them every once in a while. Check out Facebook. See what they're kind of into. If the red flags go off, you hear your friend's been, doing a little bit of the wrong thing, stay away from them. Keep some distance. You don't want to end up like my friend Bill. He went through a lot. I said a prayer for this guy. It's all I could really do. I hope he's doing okay now. He's out. He's got to contend with the DUI now. Loss of driver's license. Something nice and fat and juicy on his record. Nice misdemeanor charge. So what I'm pretty much trying to tell you guys is know your enemy. Check out your friends. If you think they're up to no good, get rid of them. You don't need friends like that. I don't care if you've only got 2 or 3 friends. I'd rather have no friends than a friend like that. Because that is no friend. That's an enemy. Know your freaking enemies, guys. Especially you young guys out there. Learn a little bit. Think sometimes. Think. Use your mind. Think. Unless you're absolutely positively sure who you're getting in a car with, don't do it. Especially if you think they might be up to trouble. Don't do it. They could be your friend, in your face. But when it comes down to it, are they going to stand up? You're going to say, hey, look, officer, that was mine. This is my car. Whatever's in it is mine. My friend, Bill, had nothing to do with it. He didn't. He ran, leaving him with the bag. You know, the whole bag of bullshit. So I'm telling you guys, be careful out there. Don't end up like my friend Bill. Okay? That's all I got to tell you. I feel so sorry for this guy. I trusted him. He was a good guard. You know, he did his job diligently every day. And I know in my heart, he's a good person. I grew up in a bad neighborhood too, you know. I had to get rid of my old friends because they were just, after a while, you learn who people are. You see how they developed over the years, you know. They're a good person, a caring person, a nice person. Who are they caring and nice to? They're nice to everyone? Or are they just nice to a small selective few? And a jerk to most people others, you know? Do they look suspiciously at everyone? Do they, you know, when a cop rolls by, do they stare at him or, you know, or get nervous? Those might be signs. So just be careful who you get in a car with. Be careful who your friends are and know your enemies. Know your friends even better. Hell, know your enemies better. It's okay to trust your friends, you know? I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you to judge everyone, because that's not right, but notice the signs, you know? Okay, guys? This is Exploring with Larry. Know your enemies. That's the name of this video. Know your enemies. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies even closer. Or in this case, get rid of your fucking enemies. Sorry for cussing, guys, but get rid of your enemies. Don't hang around your friends that do bad things. Or have lived a bad life and never recovered from it. You know, you've got a long life to live. You don't need that trouble. Because bad people lead to bad things all the time. You may have the best intentions in the world, but bad people are magnets for problems. Okay, guys? As Larry's saying, be safe. Only get in cars with friends that you know. No drugs, no guns, no bullshit in the car. No po-po on the porch. You know? Be safe out there, guys. This is Larry from Exploring with Larry. Exploring your enemies. Know your enemies. Okay? Last time I'm going to say that. Just be safe out there, okay? Comment, like, subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye. Sorry, my light died. Bye.